Good morning. All right, let's continue. I just published the video on the report lottery number. In this one, I'm going to show you how we are going to add the parameters. All right, so let's see. I want to see if I deleted the ones I done. That's not what I want. So where is it? Oh, here. That's not what I want. I want to see, right here. This guy right here. I want to go ahead and delete that one and show you how I did that. So let's open up the previous version. This guy right here, this guy that I just released. Well, so a couple hours ago. All right, what we want to do is we want to add the parameters to this report. All right, so to do that, I'll go ahead and show the parameter. What I want to do is to take a look at the report here first. That way we can analyze the difference. When we add the parameter, it's going to be on top here, all right, above this title. So let's do that. Let's double click on this data set, and then we're gonna see this order here. I'm gonna remove that order bar. We're gonna add the where clause, and I'm going to copy this guy, copy, equals, and then what we want here is to equals. Now when you add a parameter here, you add an S sign, all right, just like in the store procedure. So we're gonna call this type name, like so. All right, and let's stop. All right, let's click OK there, and there you go. It shows up type name. All right. Let's see what else we want to do here. I like the fact that it says type name here. If you open up this guy, you notice how I put type name with the capital letters. That's good. I like that. All right, so let's take a look at it again. There you go. That is the type name. Now it's not going to show the report just because that type name is empty. So if we were to query that, we have to type in exactly what we want. So how do you know what I have? What the lottery type name I have? Maybe we should rename that to lottery type name. Yeah, let's do that. Lottery name. Yeah, let's change that to lottery name. Let's do that. I'm gonna rename this guy right here. Can I rename that guy? As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna come in here and change right here. Instead of type name, we're gonna go lottery name. All right, and then I'm gonna delete this type name. Yes, there. And I'm gonna go ahead and move that right there, the first one. Now we got a lottery name. All right, so like I said, you would not know what lottery in there, so let me show you. To see that, you just have to know what lottery name you are looking for. So if I say cash 5, and click report, and it will show up cash 5. That's what we want. But that's not very smart, because what we want is a drop down list here. All right, So let's see how I come about doing this drop down list. Let's add a drop down list. Let's add a drop down list. So to add the drop down list, we gotta create a dataset. We have to create a dataset just to return the lottery name. Alright, so let's add lottery. Let's add that guy. Let's call this lottery name RS, and then we're gonna use the this data source, and we're going to write select lottery type name from lottery pool from lottery type. And that's all you have to do. Alright, that's all you have to do. Now let's take a look. Let's see if we can get those names. Let's query that. There you go. This is what we want. This is what we want. So let's get back, and you know what? And I'm going to add the order by. Double click on that guy, like so. And that's all we need to do there. Now all we have to do is point this guy to this guy. Alright, so let's double click on that. And then we're going to say, see that available. This is where we want to get the results from the query. Alright, so that's default. We'll do that later. Let's do the available. Let's select this get values from query. And then we're going to select which one it is. You see we got lottery name there. That one we just created right there. And then we're going to select what field, which one it is, which is this guy right here, lottery name. So we're going to select that, and the label, we want to use the same label. Alright, now in Report Builder, you want to use the value field and the label field the same name. Alright, that way it recognizes it. Okay. Alright, the next one we want to do, actually, you know what, let me show you something before we come back to the default value. I want to show you something. If you open up the report here, it's going to say select a value. Alright, so let's take a look. You see there? It says select a value. Alright, well, that's not what we want. Alright, that is not very smart. What we want to do is default the value to what we want. Alright, so let's go back here. Double click on this lottery name, and we'll just go default value, and then we're going to say specify. As a matter of fact, let me see what we here. We don't want that. We want to just add a value in here. All right, so let's add a value. Let's call cash 5, since we know that first item is cash 5. All right. So there you go. So now if we run this report, we are going to see that report opening up to the cash 5 numbers. So let's run the report. Look at that. That's how we want. That's how we want. And then we can do select. See this, guys. So let's check out the Lucky for Life and view report. Good. That's very good. Now this could be a very long, long query here. But I notice this is not in order. See that? This is not in order. Let's order this by date, by recent date. All right. So let's go back. If I double click on this guy right here, all right, we could say order by the one that I left out. All right, we're gonna order by date, draw date in descending order. All right, so this should be, let's take a take a look. This should be in the descending order. There you go, in descending order. Right? So that's good. Now what we want is, like I said, this what if we want to query with the time range? All right, so we're going to use another filter. We're going to use another filter, dates between. All right, we're going to use date between. All right, so let's go back again. We're going to double click on this lottery number, and then we're going to say, and let's see, draw date. I'm going to copy that. Between, take that comma out, between, and then at sign from date and at sign to date. Right, so that should be good. Now when we do this, it's going to add the filter right here, 2 of them, 1, 2. All right, so let's do that. Okay, there you go, from date to date. All right, with the spaces between the two letters, 2 words. All right, so now let's take a look. There you go. Now this is not very intelligent here. We need to format these guys. For example, this one right here is formatted to a string. We got to format this guy to a date. That way we have this date picker right here on the right side. All right, so let's go back. So if you come over here, double click on that from date, and then right here you see data type. We're going to change that to date time. All right, and then I'm going to show you how to do a default value later. All right, for right now we don't want that yet. Let me see. Yeah, we want to automatically set up the default value, but right now I'll show you how to do that later. But let's continue with this one. All right, so let's do this guy same way. Double click, it's the date, and stop there. All right, now this time when we run, we're going to see this the date picker here. All right, another thing that we want to do, if you open this report, another thing that we need to do, we need to default these guys. All right, but let's take a look how it looks first. This is where I want this guy to be the past 7 days, or the past whatever, the past 7 days, or 30 days, or a week. That would be better, wouldn't you think? All right, so let's do that. Let's add the default value. Now to automatically add today and the past 7 days, you'd have to add another dataset for parameters. All right, so I'm going to add dataset. We're going to call this guy from date. We're gonna write stuff right here. All right, so let's call this from date param, and then we're going to use our data source, and then we are going to we actually not going to use the data source. We're just going to create the system date. All right, so to do that, I just want to see if I can do this. Select I think it's sys date time. All right, you know what, let me do this. Let me open up the SQL Server Studio here. We also want to format the date to just the date, not the timestamp. Now the sys time will return the time. We don't want that. All right, so let's go do new query. So it's going to look like this. Sys date time. This date time. Alright, or you could just say get date. Alright, now we're going to cast this to date. Oops, cast as date, and that should return the today's date. See there? That should return today's date. Now we want this to be 7 days earlier. So we're going to do date add, and then we're going to add day 7, and that should be good right there. Let's see what that looks like. So right here is 11th. That should be the 4th. Oh, minus, my bad, minus there. 3rd. Okay, so that's what we want. So let's copy that. Copy. And we're going to use the same query to do that, to do the 2. All right, to do the 2. So let's do that, and then let's go back here and undo the 7, undo that guy, and then we're going to copy this guy, copy, pop back, and then we're going to do the 2. Now what that is, I have no idea there. I'm going to delete. Oh, that's the ID. Let's see what happened there. Oh, got you. We got to name this guy as from date. All right, so if you don't name this guy, it's going to give you an ID. All right, so we're going to name it as from date. All right, now let's add another one. Oops, add another one right here. Click on that guy, add dataset to date parent. Again, we're going to use this data source, and we're going to paste that guy in there as to date. Let's take a look, see if it's going to query what we want. There you go, that's good. All right, so let's close that, close that. All right, now let's point these 2 guys to these guys. Okay, so let's do this. Default, get it from date parent. You see there, and the value again, that's the field name or the alias that we gave. So that's good. Now let's do the to date. Double click on that. Default value, get it from to date parent. All right, same name, to date, and that should be good. Now if we open this guy, we should get from the past 7 days to today's date. All right, so let's take a look. Just like that. How nice is that? That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Now if we change this guys back to let's see, how about to the beginning of to the beginning of October. Run report. There you go. That's pretty good, isn't it? We like that. That looks good. And so it's not that too difficult to add, the filter into here. All right, now let's save this, and we're going to publish this to the to our web. Before we do that, let me I'll go ahead and close this guy. I don't need it. We don't need this either. We're gonna need to save that too. So let's open this web portal. All right. So this is the one that I published 3 hours ago. All right. We're gonna add one in here. The lottery number with filter, about filter. So let's go back to this guy, go design, save as. Now if you don't do, if you click on save right here, it's going to override this guy right here. We don't want that because now this report has filter. So we're going to say save as, and then it's my computer. I should have, yeah, we're going to save it 2 places. Alright, so actually, you know what, let's save it right here too. Let's call this guy lottery bar, lottery name. Yeah, it's going to be a long name. So if we save that, it's going to go right in onto that. Alright, so let's get back here, let's refresh. Coffee is good for you. Black coffee, alright, no sugar, no cream. There you go. We got lottery number by lottery name. Maybe we need to change that to lottery by type or by name instead of lottery by type. Okay, you know what? See if we can change its name right here. Can we change the name? Manage. Yeah, we will do lottery number by name. Alright, so let's apply and let's get back. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, got you. Okay, so you can't do that from here. So what we could do is, that's alright. What we could do is we are going to it changed it though. Okay, no, I don't know what that one was. I don't know what error that points to, but it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Let's change that to let's query that to October 1st. There you go. Alright, so I don't know what that one was, but anyways, let's go back here and we're going to save to local. Right, you gotta save to local. If you don't save to local, then you're not gonna have your report. So just in case we want to make modification, you see right here, we're gonna change that to by name, just like we had on the portal. That's that. So that's pretty nice and quick and nifty. But you see how I add these guys right here. Alright, first we add the name list. That's just the list. Alright, if you look at it, we saw this one earlier. We query this guy, we get the list. Alright, so and this guy's the same way. If we take a look at that, we run this, we get the date, past date. All right, so that's how that works. Okay, all right, that's all I have to show you today. In the next video, not sure what I'm gonna do, but the lottery database has got lots of information in there. All right, well, well, there's got a lot, but we'll see what we can. Let's see. I want to show you, see what we have in here in the lottery database. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to also show you something else. You see this report server demo? That's the one that we created, all right? And that's the temp file. In here, it stores all the information about these guys, all right? And the data source, data set, and all that. So I was monkeying around earlier, looking at the tables here that it created it. This has got bad job, it's got all this set, but the data sets right here I looked at. These two guys is where all the data source and data sets stored in. All right. So if you create your report builder or install your report builder and setting it up, make sure you don't touch anything in here. All right. Just leave them the way these guys are. All right. There is a program behind here, store procedure, that does the work here. All right. So we don't need to manage that. See the store procedure. These are the store procedure that add whatever we do here on this report builder. It executes these guys right here. All right, and that's why just be forewarned. Don't be alarmed. Just don't touch this database, the report builder database. All right, and this is a backup. So, but anyways, let's get back to this. What I want to show you is there are several tables that we have, so we can do lots of reporting here. For example, the tickets, all right, the price. We're gonna do a lot. All right, for this, let's take a look at this one right here. For example, the tickets. There's a member. So let's do select from ticket. So these are the information about the tickets. All right, ticket number, the date, and the cost. All right, now the picks. All right, the cost comes from the picks, I believe. See there? There's a cost right there. See, so we can do a whole lot. We can do a lot of joining here, and maybe show you the views and all that. So, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let's see what I come up with next time. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.